Side Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck 5-0 in back-to-back seasons. First time that has happened for men's basketball since the early 1970s. Fought off a game Tennessee Wesleyan team to get there with two big runs to close the first half and open the second half. How do you sum up the day?
Well, a win's a win.
Yeah.
So you're pleased to get a win. But I'm really disappointed in our overall performance today. I don't know. We were just lackluster. I thought our just focus, our determination. I think I know what was going on, and I've made a mistake that I will not hear this right now. We'll never make again. There will never be another Thanksgiving off. There will never be another Thanksgiving off, because these guys were so excited to get home and eat turkey and mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie or whatever the heck they're eating. And they were more interested in getting on the road tonight because, the generous old coach decided to be extra generous and give them a whole 4 days. That will never happen again. Sorry, Cap. We will never do this again.
So this time it's turkey. Last time it was grandma's roast beef. It's food that's just the problem.
Over-baked, dry turkey that they're so excited to get home to. So I told them, I said, if some of you guys didn't have flight plans, the trip would have already been canceled. Post-game cancellation.
You say,
but you live and learn. I'll learn a lesson from this. It'll never happen again.
Some frustrations with this one, and yet you shared the ball well. 23 assists on 29 made baskets. Offense especially clicked in the second half, shooting 57% after halftime. What made it go when it did?
I think maybe our shot selection. It's not that we were taking bad shots the first half, but we were more intentional about getting it towards the basket. And I thought we were getting some stops that were generating some runs for us. But overall, I mean, the bottom line is, collectively speaking, there was just a lack of focus, a lack of what I was starting to think was a level of consistency in our interest in competing. And tonight, from the get-go, it seemed like we just weren't about that. And that's what's disappointing. A win's a win. You take a win, but, man, it's how you win.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you perform. And we're a lot more about the performance and a lot less about the outcome.
Grant Teichman, reigning SAC Player of the Week, reigning TSWA Player of the Week, continuing to do just stupid good things with the basketball. 24 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3 to go along with 5 boards, 7 assists. What made him so, again, consistently effective tonight?
Well, he was, and to his credit, I'll say this: he was one of the guys that was really trying to stress guys. Let's be here. Let's do this. Was constantly encouraging. So you can tell by his performance that he wasn't ready to leave campus yet. Thankfully, he wasn't ready to leave campus. But yeah, Grant's performed at a very, very high level, an unusually high level, and we're proud of him. And during this Thanksgiving season, very thankful for him.
Nice 1-2 punch down low, too. Parker Rollet resets his career high. He has 13 points, a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. Chris Clayton, a rim protector at times tonight, 11 points and 3 blocks. What did your posts do today to show up as they did on the stat sheet?
Well, I think we had a size advantage, and I think their strategy of trying to front the post allowed us to get the ball over top. Mason, in particular, is a good passer. We got some guys who can really pass it, and if you choose to front the post on us, then we'll throw over the top and get high percentage shots. So I thought Parker and Chris both were benefited from that. Andre's a different kind of deal. Andre can just bully and shoot over the top really effectively. And those other two guys can to some degree, but again, when you front and just give them options at the basket, they're gonna knock those down.
I talked before the game, and the thought was Ty Patterson, QD Cox, 2 high-level players.
Yeah.
They certainly showed up today for Tennessee Wesleyan. They combined for 47 points, but nobody else appears on the stat sheet really for the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
weird game defensively in that regard.
It was. I mean, they're good players, but we're okay with guys taking tough twos, long twos. I mean, that's not a problem. That's the reason what Patterson did, that's okay.
You live with it.
Yeah, we live with it. I was more frustrated with our 3-point field goal percentage defense. And when you think about it, I mean, QD Cox just made some silly shots. And that can happen. That can happen. But we got to do a better job of making sure that we don't let a hot hand from inside the 2 get us off of our scout and get us away from our coverages, our personnel coverages, which it did today a little bit.
All right, you break for Thanksgiving. You talked about giving them the time off. You're going to have to sit and enjoy some nice Cuban turkey in spite of a win that might not be as satisfying as you would have liked. But you get a week off before it's conference play time, and you start with a bang against Lincoln Memorial. What needs to change from this one headed to Harrogate to face the Railsplitters?
Well, when we come back, we've got to really find ourselves quickly, because if tonight's version shows up next Wednesday, we'll get beat bad. We've got to come back and be excited to get into conference play, and make sure that on both sides of the ball that we're ready to compete and do the things that we do well. So I don't think there's anything outside the norm we need to do at all. We just need to make sure that we learn from this experience today that we can never show up and just go through the motions. And by the way, did you say Cuban turkey?
Yeah. Is that not what it is?
Cajun turkey. Cajun turkey.
Yeah, I knew it was
I've never had Cuban turkey.
It sounds good. You wrap it in ham. You sprinkle a little mustard on it. Serve it with a pickle. Call it a day. Bob's your uncle off.
No, you sort of threw me there. We are going to have Cajun turkey.
So my bad.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I was so focused on Mama's roast beef that I turned it over there, Chuck. Well, thanks for the time. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Kev.
We'll talk to you next week. That is Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Eagles pick up the win over Tennessee Wesleyan 81-73. Domino's